This is my book review of the book Conscience Loving by Gay and I don't remember her name. If I'm not wrong, I think they are psychotherapists, and they have many years working with couples. To me, this book kind of highlights that you can have, there's kind of two types of relationships. You either have a relationship on the more codependent side or co-committed. And for me, listening to this book, I really enjoyed it. I have heard so many of these things before, but I didn't know that so many of them was on the codependent side. So for me, this really defined codependency more. For example, projecting on each other, blaming, enabling toxic behavior, not growing together, and kind of wanting your partner to not grow. It's like you have that commitment to each other to just, okay, I'm gonna allow you to be whatever you are as long as you don't leave me. And then I feel like codependency, it's kind of like playing house, if that makes sense. So I really liked these more definitions. Co-committed is, from my understanding, that both parts in the relationship take full responsibility for their own emotions, how they show up, growth, sharing their microscopic truth. And I really like that. I like sharing your microscopic truth. I have seen in my own relationships how much that actually impacts, and how quick, if I have a microscopic truth I'm not sharing, how quick I can feel that thin wall coming up, like some separateness. And as soon as I have shared it, and if the other person responds, then you can feel that closeness again. So the co-committed relationships are, in my understanding, more about really trying to hear each other, see each other, support each other, grow separately but also together, calling the other one out if they're doing something really toxic. I think one of the aha moments for me, it was actually two. One of them was hearing that tension in the body kind of hinders your own personal truth. And it's like I knew that, but now it really integrated and made me so much more curious about my own tension, because I've been having a lot of tension in my body and I really want to know my truth. And also when they talked about devaluing, and one of the ways of devaluing the other one is to interrupt them when they're speaking or talking over. And that one just really hit home, because I know I can be a little bit impatient, and I can definitely see that I have done that in my relationship. And when they chose a word so strong as devaluing, that really hit home for me. And I really want to be better at listening and valuing more what the other person is saying. So I am actually really grateful for listening to this book. And also, I also really like that they have so many examples from people they have had in counseling. To me, they also look at the childhood, like how our surviving strategies still affect us. That, for example, someone that used to, that had grown up a certain way might start to push away when they get close to someone. That was very, that was also a little bit aha for me. And I like that they bring up that our first relationships, which is, of course, often with our caregivers, how much that actually impacts the relationship we have now. That us watching our parents very often impacts the way our relationships are now. So if we, for example, grew up with parents that just stuck together and hid their anger or whatever, that can, how much that can impact our life now. And that really resonates for me. So yeah, I really enjoy the way they explain it. I think they have good voices and good examples, and I really learned a lot by listening to this book.